Hello, guys, and now I leave you with Mars for 30 seconds while I get more water and a throat lozenge because allergies came and hit Ori hard.
Ooh, early 30 seconds. I gotta make my mark. Hello, Mason.
Yes.
Hello, Dichotomy.
That's Dichotomy ears?
Ears or no ears?
No
ears. Okay, then I will say hi.
Hi.
Glad you could join.
All right, yes.
Well, we'll take our viewers in any form they come. Don't worry. Yes, let's let Ori get a lozenge to soothe her throat. That was actually me last night. I was eating lozenge after lozenge. Hey, a birthday cake. Welcome, welcome. It to you too. I know it's high backwards. Don't worry. I'm not tired. It was an 8 a.m. day, but it wasn't a bad 8 a.m. day, so we Gucci. We will dichotomy head cuts for the boy. Mason, that is such a vibe. Like watching something without actually watching the show itself. That's me with Game of Thrones, honestly. Because it's like, this seems cool. I want to be into it, but there are just some things like I'm just not here for. I just want the lore and the stuff about the different clans. Like that's all I want. The stuff about the different kingdoms. Break it down for me. Tell me why winter is coming. Tell me who's going to rule Westeros, and then we good. I don't need to know anything else about the series. Thanks. Although I did watch House of Dragon. That was interesting. Just when you think you can root for a character, they do something heinous. I was like, God damn it. Can I not? This is the problem with Game of Thrones, guys. I cannot like a single character in that series at all. Hiya, Pastry Puff. Welcome, welcome.
Pastry, Dichotomy, Mason, birthday cake. Hello.
But no, it is actually impossible to like a character in Game of Thrones or House of Dragon because they all make bad choices. And they're morally bad choices and ethically bad choices. I'm just like, I want to like someone in this series.
It's so funny.
All horrible people.
I had no desire to ever watch that show, ever. But sorry if I'm talking a little weird. I woke up this morning with really bad post-nasal drip, and the one side of my throat was really upset at me about it. And so today has just been trying to get rid of that until I can take my second half of allergy medicine tonight and hopefully be better tomorrow.
And I'm sorry if I sound weird tonight. I literally got home about a half hour ago, and I'm currently eating dinner.
There we go. Here's Sten head pats. Pat, 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 pat. We can do better. All right. Yeah. So, speaking of...
What are we doing tonight?
What are we doing tonight? Well, I was watching my course again on the character design, and part of character design is, of course, being able to draw anatomy, because that's how you make characters, is by drawing their anatomy. And, you know, everybody talks about figure drawing, and it really is very good, but usually classes that I see, I've taken one figure drawing class in my life, and they always go very into depth about like the actual muscles, like to like a medical degree, you know, like level.
It becomes a full-on anatomy class.
Yeah, like muscles that you never see because they're like underneath, you know, all this sort of stuff. You ate too much birthday cake? I hope it was good though. I hope it was yummy. And
with ginger ale.
And you know, and that's all well and good, and of course the better you know it, the better you'll be at it. But here in the Ori tea house, we're hobby artists. That's why you ate too much. Okay, at least it was worth it then. We're hobby artists, and I don't care that much to learn the medical grade level of anatomy.
Tori is not here for the post-med student breakdown.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be that level. I'm not interested. I find it boring, and thus I couldn't do it.
Other ways.
But because this course is not specifically about that, she just gave like a quick, or he, I'm blanking. They just gave a quick overview of sort of special like things to keep an eye of. And I will say I was listening to it while I was doing comic sketches, and I already feel really cool about it. But here's the head pats. Pat, pat, pat. There we go. I've succeeded in head pats.
You can't leave out the others. You gotta pet them too.
Pat, pat. I can't reach them. Pat, pat.
Slide can't go
Hold on.
unpatted.
Maybe I can. Okay. Pat, 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 pat. I managed it.
There we go. Perfect. We don't leave out our tea-pets, Ori.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm limited in my space. Okay, we can pat everybody now. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do today. So then, you know, the best way to practice anatomy is by figure drawing. And so that's what we're gonna do today. Hey artist, well I'm the artist dude. Hey man on guard, spring breeze. Oh, what a nice refreshing spring breeze.
Kind of art, is it not?
Yes. The art of lies and deception.
Yes, of course.
Of himbo faking it. But my brain died. Yeah, so figure drawing is a good way in order to sort of learn anatomy and do anatomy and stuff. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. And the best way to do that is with timing yourself. So we will have the little timer up. Now, I will be doing longer times than I think normal figure drawing classes normally do. They usually do like 5 minutes, 10, you know, like pretty short. We'll be doing our classic, I think it's 15 is my built-in timer that I have at the ready here. It is. So that's what we'll be doing.
Especially where allergies are involved, Mason. Oh, it's been such a long time since we've seen the timer.
Yeah, look at that. We have that. Oh, and then I think the spoilers thing sadly goes in front of it. Let me move it behind it and make sure that it still comes up.
Holy birthday cake, I don't think you're far off.
Okay, which is not centered? Is the timer uncensored or is the spoilers uncentered? I think the timer's uncensored.
It's definitely the timer.
Okay, I think we're centered now. Okay, but the spoiler shows enough behind the timer, so it makes sense. Ears on, because you must know. Alright, well. Basically the big ones that I learned about today was sort of how the hip works. It's much higher than you think it is. So that I did a lot with. And of course then just like generally drawing the sort of another shape way to draw like the upper body, the rib cage area, and then like the stomach, and then the hips. Yeah, let me turn this music down.
Do I need to see you for a session?
No, my brain needs to catch up. But also, guys, you're listening to music that is completely copyright free. It's made for D&D stuff. It's by Monument Studios, and they're doing a Kickstarter right now. So that's really cool. It's Economy. I know you follow them. So that's the music we're listening to right now. Very, very fun. Very cool stuff. So now it's music you won't hear from anybody else. Brain on food. Yeah. Brain on bacon. But basically we'll be taking these poses. And I basically have, it's a site, it's called Line of Action. It's free. It's a very common one people use to do figure drawing stuff. And that's what we'll be doing, but I'll probably be, because I need it to be more than just drawing a person, because that's not how Ori likes to go. Oh, because I forgot to turn it off. I'm sorry. There's too many things. My bad.
What are we spoiling? Ourselves by
Our
not
spells.
going in depth with anatomy.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll probably be drawing whichever
Or treat
outcast
to
character
ourselves
I feel
today.
fits the pose the best. Because of, yeah. I think that's it. So you can either try and do it along, or just chill, ask anatomy questions. I'll try to answer them, and I'll try to keep talking about as I go. Sort
Any
of
questions? You know, we'll vibe.
what's happening, you know, what I'm doing, what I'm
We'll
braining.
play it by ear.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
You know how you don't eat for a while and then you start eating and it's like, oh fuck, I was so hungry.
yes.
I'm
I'm
having
so
that
bad.
right now in this moment.
I'm so bad. Sometimes I'll like not eat, and then I'll eat a lot of food even though I know that like dinner's happening soon, and then like be way too full for dinner. And it's just like, but I wanted it then. Maybe. What? Why did that happen?
Why
Interesting.
did that happen?
Were we muted the whole time? I don't think so.
There's no way. People were responding to us. I can hear us.
Very weird. I mean, we're good now. I fixed it. I don't know what happened. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what
saying we're
happened.
back.
I must have clicked a button accidentally in the middle there somewhere. Who knows?
Oh well.
And it was like, oh, we live in an ingredients household, and the closest supermarket is 35 minutes away. So, and I wanted potato chips, but thus I had to turn potatoes into chips. And it was like, I'd never want chips that badly,
that's where you
sir.
left off birthday cake. What I was saying was, I saw either a comic or a reel the other day where someone was like, when I say I don't have food in my house, that is an accurate statement because I don't have food in the house. I have ingredients in the house. The food is not there. I have to make the food. I don't want to make the food. I want the food to exist.
Exactly.
And then Ori said she saw something very similar.
Yeah, it seems
that's
that saying
tangent.
you have ingredients and not food is like a trend now.
It's accurate though.
No, it's finally somebody
I feel that.
describing the phenomena of not of being like, is there no food in the house? And then your mom like making a full course thing, and it's like, yeah, because I didn't want to make it. I wanted it to be made for me.
It's like now we have a word for there's food in the house, but there isn't food in the house.
Exactly. So a cool thing I learned is how the like bicep muscle comes into like a little dip here in the inner of the elbow. You can see it here. It like dips in. That was a cool thing. Another interesting I learned is because your forearm twists is to draw your forearm like a plank. And then see how it twists.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because it like twists over itself. So those are the two interesting things I was looking at. And the other big one was how high up on your body the hips are, right? You have the pelvis. They're not like down here where you rotate. They're actually like up here. And so when you're moving things, the ball joint has to come out much higher than you expect it to.
Oh.
Which is more like something you kind of sometimes, at least I was innately kind of doing, but never really was like able to explain why sometimes drawing it was weird. And not working for me, you know?
And this pose you chose is very dynamic.
So this is just... I basically just scrolled through a couple of the ones that they, like, showed to me. And I was like, oh, this one feels like Ferrix. So... that's what we're doing.
Oh, this is hella Ferrix. He'd be leaping over the railings, the boxes.
Exactly.
His crewmates, pretty much anything.
So it was
in his
also
way.
that, like, your shoulder is, like, multiple different triangles. So if you have, like, the collarbone... let me get a slightly darker green. If you do, like, your collarbone up here, it, like, comes off in, like, multiple different triangles. It was, like, an interesting... that where it, like, looks at from the top, it's, like, kind of, like, different triangles like that. So that's, like, top down. So if, like, your head was, like, here. And this is the rest of your arm. So that's, like, a thing to try and emulate. Like that. There we go.
Oh, I see.
So this one would have 3 triangles. Like, this is the top bit. And this is the side bit. And then the pecs are coming down.
And you
here.
gotta have those pecs.
You gotta have the pecs. And then the arm, like, is overlapping with the back muscle here. You see how that kind of comes down like that? So it's interesting how you, like, compress. I know I'm not explaining it amazingly, but
But everyone can see.
I hope
the
it makes a
results.
little bit of sense.
I find it so interesting seeing how accurately an artist can portray the pose itself, because it feels like such a hard thing to translate. Like, guys, if you've ever done, you guys probably have, most of you in the chat are artists, like the face study. God, I remember that one in my art classes, and I'm like, this looks like the most flat thing I've ever drawn in my life. I don't know how to give this dimension. I don't know how anyone makes this look good. So it's wild to see the process and see it all come together.
And now,
It
even
blows
though
my mind every time.
I'm emulating it kind of being Ferrix, I am gonna draw his normal, his legs as boring human legs. I'm actually gonna make this a bigger canvas. Because I'm trying to practice human anatomy right now. So I'm trying to sort of as closely represent the image, and thus I will be drawing him with normal, boring human legs. Like a normie.
Boo! Why human legs?
Because we're practicing anatomy here. Edgeworth jump? Is this an Edgeworth jump? Wow.
Leaping over the podium to Phoenix's defense. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with that. Honestly, it would be Phoenix jumping like this, though.
Yeah, come on.
We've seen that man bust through doors. We know he's capable.
When the adrenaline kicks in.
I mean, if he has to jump in front of Edgeworth for whatever reason, that adrenaline's gonna be kicking.
Okay, don't let Phoenix get shot, though, please.
No.
Then why is he jumping in front of Edgeworth, Mars?
Him.
What?
It's the heat of the moment to defend him.
Oh, that's not... I guess that... I don't count that as jumping in front of him. You know, I don't know.
Just because someone is jumping in front does not mean they're about to be shot.
That's what it sounds like, is all I'm saying.
Not always. At least 70% of the time.
Mm. This knee should really be...
I mean, that is
higher
true,
up here.
Pastry Puff. He's eaten glass. He'd survive a bullet wound.
He's eating glass
The
and
badge
poison.
protects him. Yes!
The badge, yeah. Honestly...
That would be so poetic.
So, there's an interesting thing, and you can kind of see it here, and it was the fact that it was very pointed out that fat rolls down. So fat is more affected by gravity than like a muscle is. Because of how just the proper, you know, fat is like attached loosely to a muscle plate and then it's like hanging off. It's hanging loosely off of that muscle, and so it's affected by gravity more than a muscle is. So it's an interesting thing there.
It's funny where, like, in the moment you do not think about it, but then, like, once you realize it, it's like, yeah, no, that checks out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
definitely can't forget that, Pastry Puff.
Yep, where literally everybody dies. I mean, Dahlia also lived, so it's not like there wasn't precedence for people living that. Dahlia also lived that.
Whereas eating glass, we don't have records.
That's
on
only
that.
Phoenix. He did something else too, didn't he? I feel like there was something else. Oh, he got tased with like a bajillion fucking volts, way over the lethal limit.
Maya did too.
Yeah.
Didn't she?
She did. More than she can say that her sister
Maybe
survived.
Dahlia had time to, like, prepare her technique before plunging into the river.
Phoenix fell back first. Oh, you mean he, like, accidentally fell? Versus Dahlia purposefully fell so she could, like, orient herself. Yeah, you know, valid.
If we know anything about Dahlia, she planned shit out.
Oh, yeah, she definitely did. That she did. Well, we got 2 minutes.
Go, Ori, go!
Now we're just adding the ferric-y features as I possibly can. Besides his legs.
It's we're in high school, AU Ferrix.
Well, he has ears, and I was gonna give him a tail. I don't know where it would go, though. So, how I would figure out where his tail would go is the line of action is kind of coming this way. So, I would give his tail... And if his body is, like, over here, I'd probably bring his tail, like, around to follow that line of action.
Well, he'd be using his tail for balance, because that's how most animals use it when they jump.
Yeah.
PCM.
Hello, PCM.
I see the thing is a very lovely thing.
It's a very lovely thing.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions about anatomy and stuff? And again, this is just kind of trying loosely gauge. I think that I really should have made his torso longer. I think I scrunched him too much compared to the image.
Oh, you've been in the forges, PCM?
Oh, them hero forges?
The mines?
Because he's kind of twisting a little bit, which is interesting. So, interesting there. Something more like that. Yeah, this isn't bad.
Ooh, sitting cross-legged as a pose.
The poses are not pre-selected. We could certainly do a cross-legged pose. They're not pre-selected. I was literally just going off of like a little randomizer thing. But so let's do a cross-legged one.
That would be fun. I feel like that has to go to Hotson.
All right.
Because he's the guy sitting crisscross applesauce in the classroom. He was that good little kindergartner. Yes, I saw Pastry Puff. God. Ori, you remember how much I fucking sobbed.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of Buddy Daddies.
We were certainly having a time.
I don't know why Pastry Puff. But, and spoilers, this is spoilers for Buddy Daddies. I'm going to talk about the ending, like the ending. Can we get that spoilers?
I believe it is up.
Trophy? There we go. Trophy? Paper? I don't know what it's called.
Card,
thank you. That final scene, oh, just seeing Miri grown up and that Rei and Kazuki stayed together and raised her, like, they are married in every term but name.
Commonwealth marriage. Common law marriage.
That, I just started fucking sobbing on Ori's couch. All I could coherently get out was... So like,
and you can't even coherently get it out here.
It was nuts. I think the other thing I bawled so hard at was Link Clicked. And even though those were stress tears, like Buddy Daddies was a happy cry.
Buddy Daddies was like, oh, because definitely the last 3 episodes were like intense.
The last 3 episodes were like, oh my god, shit got real.
4 episodes?
And there's only 3 episodes left.
It got intense real fast.
I wasn't a fan of Miri's mom because, you know, trying to take her away from the buddies, but she didn't deserve what she got.
No, she didn't deserve what she got. They could have had joint custody. I would have been okay.
That would have worked. Custody. It would have been fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I love how they did that, Pastry Puff. Like, just the through line, seeing her personality was so good.
Nice dichotomy.
I think the only criticism I have is whose design? Who has the goatee? I think it's Kazuki. No, not Kazuki. Yeah, Kazuki.
Yeah, I think it is Kazuki.
He doesn't need the goatee. That's my only criticism.
They like to do that with characters a lot. Because I will say...
doing that to show the passage of time.
Yeah.
It works. But it's like, no, they look better with a shaven face.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a goatee, he's a Van Dyke beard. Which is just the chin bit. It does look odd.
General consensus, Pastry Puff.
It doesn't look right.
No one liked the goatee.
Yeah. It's literally because I will say, when you hit a certain age, the vast majority of your features stay the same for a significant amount of time. And I will say, when you do art, when you start drawing wrinkles, it ages you much faster than you do in real life, if that makes sense, right?
Yes.
Like the second you
does.
start adding wrinkles on like a cartoon character, it's way older than when you like in real life kind of start getting some wrinkles and stuff. And so it's very difficult to really show, because I see that a lot with like the Voltron like older characters. Like if they age them up, they always have like some sort of facial hair, or like some of them do. And it's one of those things where it's like, yes, that happens, but it is also just like, but you don't have to do that.
It's like, why do you feel
Yeah,
the
pastry
need?
puff.
Just
Okay.
leave them clean.
Because he wouldn't look older then. That's the problem.
I really like that balance they found with Miri's mother. It was really well done. This anime was done, I think, by the same people who did Appare Ranman. So, you know,
I think it was, yeah.
I am hooked. I freaking
I think
love
that's
this
how you
studio
found out
stuff.
about them.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh no, I had seen it on Instagram. I remember seeing like a this is what it's gonna be.
I looked it up and found that it was the same
Yeah,
studio.
yeah. But I saw that it was like, this is it was like the opening where they're like beating up the guy.
Yes.
And then they're like, oh, she's sick. Ray, you let her go to school sick? What do you mean? That. All right. I'm gonna de-spoiler.
All right, de-spoiler.
Look at our use of the spoiler tag, though, huh?
No, guys, we're making good use of it.
So this was the shape that I was being shown sort of how to do the torso. I had been doing much rounder, longer shape, but I like this one better because it just fills it out in a way that fits better, in my opinion. And then so this will be interesting because of the sitting. So remember, the hips are higher than you expect them to be. So it's like if this is the bony hip area here, okay, the leg can rotate all the way up. Basically, that's how you can get even a pose like this.
Wow.
So you really gotta like pull it up and over. There's like these two like wedges of skin here besides the actual hips and groin. So you can see there's like triangles here. And that's like how it like rotates up.
Side coming down.
Every drawing starts with a head on a cross. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way I personally find it easiest to draw the head first and reference the sizes of the body based on the size of the head instead of, I don't know why, but I do just find difficulty in taking the body and then adding a proper sized head. It's like a proportion thing because like they teach you like the head, it's like 7 heads is like roughly the size of a human, your average human, I guess. So it's always interesting like that. And the feet come out like this. I've actually drawn a fair amount of cross-legged sitting poses. It's just a good pose. So I actually feel fairly comfortable doing this.
There's something innocent about it that really works with certain characters.
So I've given him legs a little too long, so we're gonna bring in there. As you can see, like the distance between here on her, because her arms are basically in at her body, so we want to kind of keep that distance. So that looks good because the arms will go in front. So then we get them triangles. So we have that like the top triangle, and then we have that was what they said. Use the collarbone as a landmark. So Ori, let's follow that. and use the collarbone as a landmark. And it was like, here we go. See, because that's where all the muscles are done. So really it's going to be in like this. Well, I'm not there yet. That's why we've changed to the darker version. So she's kind of holding this front leg, and her wrist is right about there. Her hand ends actually like there.
Okay, I'm not familiar with any of this. The T video?
Are we talking about the tea video about unconscious people don't want tea?
Oh, that one? That I'm familiar with.
No, but Mason, I remember doing, and it's like an online thing, and they talk about like pre-gaming doesn't help you get drunk faster or stay drunk longer or shit like that. It's like a bunch of different things. There's like alcohol awareness stuff.
I feel like they combined everything
So
into
with
just
her,
one video.
You can see how like the front of her shoulders comes in because her body is covering this way. So we're gonna add that to Hotsun. So we've got to make it so his shoulders are a little down more, but the front is here, and then there it is. Because he's like kind of pushed his back back, and then brought his shoulders forward. So the front of the top front of the shoulder is actually kind of facing you now, which it normally wouldn't be.
Yeah, because there's a little bit of a twist going on there.
She's hunched back. So this part and this part
you can see that with the belly folds,
don't bend.
like she's kind of arched.
But yeah, but you can see that exactly there. That it's like kind of flares in and out like this to try and emulate that. And then we have the hand over hand here. And then I'm actually going to lighten this and add another color because I've gone too hard here. Yeah, all that Title IX stuff, exactly. So you can see on hers, the top of the knee is this kind of like square or even like diamondy. It's very flat. The fat is not at the top of the knee. So you want to add stuff like that. And you can see how the fat squishes.
It's the joint that bends and pulls.
Exactly.
See, I may not know art anatomy, but I do know medical anatomy.
Which is the same. The artist's method is just simplifying it. Taking all those shapes.
How often those two coincide?
And then putting like the skin on top of it and how the skin works on top of it. So you can see how her leg kind of crosses in front of her body here. So the leg would come in front here.
A JoJo pose?
Yeah, we could try a JoJo pose.
You gotta pick one, Mason. Pick one and put it in couch. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I actually so when I took my anatomy course in college, which was just a fun elective that I did, they did say, like, get somebody to pose for you and take pictures of it. And Dylan just so happened to be visiting me at college during this project.
Oh, that was awfully convenient.
It was very convenient. And so I was like, Dylan, pose for me. And he did a JoJo pose.
Nice.
He did Joseph's pose.
To be fair, that's a very good pose.
Oh, it's one of the more iconic ones in my opinion. Okay. Gonna come in. So now that we can have this,
It's definitely recommended, Mason. I personally felt I got more enjoyment out of seeing the different generations of Joestar and how they progressed in their fight against Dio, and also just seeing like I don't know, Hamon doesn't really evolve. They just kind of say one day, "Okay, they're stands now,"
Yeah.
and no relation to Hamon whatsoever.
Hamon goes
Which
away, sadly.
I think that was a missed opportunity. I really wish stands were some kind of offshoot of Hamon. That way we could see the original magic system evolve.
Well, it
I
would
think that
also
would have
make
been
them
very
like
cool.
more special than just like them and a bunch of other people just have stands just cuz.
Yeah.
You know, like they had to
Well,
train.
they do start explaining that. Like they start explaining like there's this arrow that if you get hit by it, you have like a 50-50 chance of getting a stand or dying. And basically anyone who is connected to Dio when he got his stand also got a stand. So like that was all because he had Jonathan's body.
Yeah, no, I
So
understand that.
because his
But
body
like
was linked to everybody,
forgetting the
that's how
Joe
they got their
stars though,
stands.
everybody else in the world that has a stand is like, why?
Yeah. It's like, hi, what's special about this when everyone and their neighbor, literally
Yeah.
everyone and their
Versus
neighbor has
Hamon
one?
is like no, you have to find a speedwagon, not speedwagon, a Zeppeli. You have to find a Zeppeli, and then you have to learn from the Zeppeli, and then you have to in the
Must
second era be
trade with
gay
the
for the Zeppeli, and then
being gay for the Zeppeli was a very important step for Joseph.
yeah, the Hamon wouldn't have worked if he wasn't gay for the Zeppeli, you know.
It would have fallen apart.
Jonathan Zeppeli was a little older, so it wasn't really there for him. But
Speedwagon was an option, but you know what? He grew into a very nice mentor character.
we love
which worked out.
I love Speedwagon. Speedwagon,
Speedwagon
good.
is great. That's one of the fun things, Mason. Like you start season 1 and you meet this character Speedwagon, and then by season 5, you know that he's running the Speedwagon Foundation, and they're like watching out for stand users in this. So it's like there's a little bit of legacy involved. There's a little bit of timeline involved. I guess technically you don't have to watch it in order. Like really, you could start from part 3 and not lose anything.
There's certainly nothing that is story-wise
like
important.
You miss out on character stuff when you do that. Like,
So
I really like seeing the Joestar line evolve and grow.
I think that there's definitely no plot relevant necessity to watch them in order. There's nothing that's
not at
like, oh god, you won't understand the plot of this if you start at at a random season. However, there's a lot of callbacks because it is a family and it is the bonds they've made along the way, and it is this whole thing. So it's cool to have the context sort of go down of like, oh, we meet this character, and then oh, he's here too, and then oh, it's like his son, or and it's like, oh, like all this sort of stuff.
It's cool to have the context. It's cool to see older characters come back. Like it's just a nice vibe that I find very rare in a lot of shows. Like you don't see that dynamic very often where it's like, okay, each season we jump a generation forward. So like I forget when Jonathan started.
Josuke
like,
2, isn't he? Not Josuke.
Yeah.
Jotaro is 2 generations, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jotaro takes place in the 70s. I think Joseph took place in the 40s, 50s. And then Jonathan was before him. So you're also like going through history as well, which is really fun because then you see the world evolve around them too. If guys, I love Freerin. So that shit is like, oh my God, you can feel the passage of time, and that's really cool. It feels like this is a part of a world. Like, even if it's just like a mirror of our own, basically, that's still really cool to me.
It's certainly fun to see it like through time. Okay, he's really cute here. Just saying.
I told you he'd work.
My boy turned out very adorable.
He's just a happy little guy. Look at him. He's adorable.
Look at him.
I figured he deserved some love after we put his foot in his mouth again with
And again.
entry 6.
And again.
And again. And again. And again. Rinse and
Oh
repeat.
yeah. Are you doing your work you promised to do today, Mars?
My work I promised to do today.
Yeah, moving around the panels of the entries.
Nope, I was eating dinner.
Well, don't forget to do it. I wanna
I'm
know.
sorry. Priorities.
Oh yeah, after dinner. Yeah, guys, we added a thing for the entry. Yeah, it'll be at leg. It's so funny that you say that though. As I'm drawing, you like said that, Pastry Puff, and I'm like drawing his feet, and I'm like, what? And then I realized what we're talking about. I was like, oh yeah. The saying.
Oh, he has feet to spare.
Yeah, at the rate he keeps throwing, it's like, remember that episode of SpongeBob where he's like eating his hand, like he's like biting his nails, and then he ends up eating his hands like in a popcorn bucket, like popcorn. That's the vibe Hotson has for the amount of feet that he has. It's just somehow never ending. All right, but there's Hotson. Aw,
endless.
look at that.
Cute.
We have Hotson, we have Ferrex. Ferrex is not as good. Hotson came out very cute. We had to warm up.
Ferrex is very good.
He's good. He's okay. We had to warm up a little bit. All right. Hello, around.
Hey, around. Welcome, welcome.
Let's see if I can get a
Doing
real
nanny
person
studies
doing a
tonight.
JoJo pose, because the only thing with that is I don't want to use JoJo as a reference, if that makes sense, since we're
We
studying
want the muscle,
anatomy.
we want the fat.
Person
We gotta have the fat.
doing a JoJo pose. I'm looking for that one cosplayer.
Oh god.
Ooh, okay, no, there's a fair amount of people doing JoJo poses. Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay. We'll do this one. I think this one's good.
I'm excited to see this one.
It's obviously not as dramatic, but we have the Joseph pose. As a human can do it. No, not Joseph. Jonathan. Is it Joseph? They both do it. Now I'm blanking on who this is. No, it's Jonathan. Okay. I'm like having a time. This is the Joseph pose. Jonathan. Ooh, this person's doing a crazy one too. All right. Oh, you put one in chat, Mason? Let me see. Oh, we like the Dio? Okay, let's see if we can find a Dio. Because I found this person doing a Jotaro pose as Jotaro. Person doing a Dio pose. Ooh. This is not the one you're doing. Let me see which one he's doing. He's leaning back on his toes. It's not the iconic one, though. Because I see people doing...
We need iconic.
I see the people doing the bend, you know? But that's not the one Mason has from Dio. Let me see. Alright, we'll have to do with one of these. Do we want this very deep Dio pose? Do Do we want the Jotaro pose or do we want the Jonathan pose?
Jonathan's a little boring.
Poor Jonathan.
I'm between Dio and Jotaro.
All right, guys, we have Jotaro or do we have Dio?
Guys, Jotaro be thrusting, so
Yeah.
you're kind of setting yourself up there if you draw the one. Honestly, Aster. Do Aster as Jotaro.
Aster as Jotaro? All right.
Yes.
The writer has spoken, guys.
Because the jacket they're wearing, I'm just like, yeah, the wings would look hella good with that.
Well, remember, we're focusing on
He's
anatomy.
got the legs.
So I have to draw human legs.
I know, but he's
Yeah.
still tall.
He is very tall. All right. Let me pop another throat lozenge, as mine has been worn off for a little bit now. Drink water first. Water.
Water is important.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Boom.
Jinx, double jinx, blackout, you owe me a soda, 1, 2, 3, knock on wood, I win. Order, soda
Okay,
machine,
then.
out of order, you owe me a quarter. Done.
God damn it.
That's the whole line.
I had chicken in my mouth. How was I supposed to respond?
I've won.
On a chicken penalty.
Is what it is. Alright. So their head is fairly forward, actually. We'll draw it as Aster's head.
She really did.
I did cast all the spells in the book. At least all the Jinx related spells. There's other spells for like pinch, punch, Captain Crunch, brick, wall, waterfall, you know?
Speaking of Jinx, were you guys aware tomorrow's Friday the 13th?
I was not. I barely knew
Sorry.
what days these were.
Tomorrow's Friday the 13th.
Guys, I didn't
of
realize it was September 11th yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, until my mom is like, Ori, there's gonna be lots of traffic because it's September 11th. I was like, oh, well. Okay, no, you have to be
They
rotated
barely made
more.
any mention of it at the places I was at.
Well, your children
I
are
was just
kind of
like-
too young to be learning about it yet if they're not directly
Well, that's
related.
the thing. I go to my other school where the kids are exactly the same age as my other ones, and they have like decorated hearts that say "Never Forget." I'm like, huh,
Someone there was much more affected by it, that's all I'm gonna say.
must have been, must have been, because
All the turns here are certainly interesting.
oh my god, birthday cake.
What? That's nuts.
Someone was not watching the YouTube algorithm that day.
They just let it be and that's what we get. The AI is learning, guys.
Tis the only explanation.
Okay, the problem is like the shoulder is kind of covered by the hand here. So we're gonna have to try and figure out the shoulder. This shoulder comes over behind and back here. Oh, no. So, big thing, the hand lines up with the crotch if they're like we're even this way, if you're like standing straight. So you gotta kind of like line it up like that. So his elbow goes back really far. And then upper thigh here. This one's wild, guys, I gotta say. So we have the little like hip gap bulge. That's what I'm gonna call it. Because you have your hip bone, which doesn't move. And then you have this like pad of stuff here. And then you have the actual like, I think this is mostly fat probably. And then you have the actual like hip muscle. And you can see here, I'm sorry, thigh muscle. You can see here, this is a muscle here. And then this is a muscle in here. That's what I learned today. So you want to like show that kind of in how you're drawing the hips of stuff. And then so you can see the leg kind of comes nearly straight down there before coming into the foot. I feel like this leg has to be longer. It doesn't look long enough. So let's sort that out. You have the hip. It comes past where his hand is, so it really has to come out. And then it comes like down a little bit here. So then this shoulder bit comes down here and then directly up into the hand. That is right around here. Okay. That's good. Do I feel like your hips need to be lower? I think they do. Okay. This one's tough, guys, I will say. Whew.
Sorry, Ori.
That's okay. The JoJo poses are specifically really weird. And that's specifically why I didn't want to look at like an actual JoJo pose, because they're fudging a lot to get to the extremes that they get to. So it kind of like their knee kind of comes in and then out. And then their knee, it looks like they have really long legs. So their feet are kind of at the same level and their knees are kind of at the same level. We're gonna do like this. And his knee is kind of in front here. And this knee is gonna come down more here. Okay. Like that. All right, here we go. Now we're talking. You gotta like twist, because the belly sticks out. And then the back is kind of like weird here. You think they had to take it mid-fall? You think they didn't get to hold it and stay like that? Maybe. And just fell to the ground.
It definitely looks hard to hold. Like, I tried to do that pose myself.
It's
like,
all in the leg muscles.
It really is.
The thighs, it's all in the thighs. All of the JoJo poses, they're literally all in the thighs.
It's all about those thunder thighs.
Yeah, I mean, look at them. You've seen them. So their thumb kind of comes much higher up. And this turns more. And then, okay, their hand goes in way more. I will say also the foreshortening on the angle of this shot is crazy.
Hey, this is a kick-ass pose, I gotta say.
Oh, yeah. Like you can see here, I didn't get it just right because the hand should have been right in front of the shoulder. But we're gonna move on. And then so you sort of have to have the mound of the pecs kind of up Because then you have the chest here. And then you can see they're like mid-breath, it looks like. Because you can really see the roundness of the stomach. Like they're breathing out of their stomach here.
Mm-hmm.
Giving lots of hip squish.
Gotta get that hip squish.
Gotta get that hip squish. We're gonna fudge the crotch area mostly because I don't want to draw it, and they're also wearing pants, so it's a little annoying to see. But you can really see this mound of their thigh here as their knee sticks out, and that triangle of the patella, the kneecap. And now you can't see underneath their pants on their calf, but the calf, that's like this bit here. I think it's called the gastrocnemius. It's a big, yeah. It's a big thing. Also, you have to have really flexible ankles to do a pose like this because the knee is in front of the toe. You see that? Mm-hmm. If your knee can extend in front of your toe, that means you have flexible ankles, and that's what's necessary in order to do like the sit squat. To use like a squatty potty, you have to be able to have your knee extended past your toe.
That is crucial.
So it looks like this comes forward and then this goes back. So that means that this part here, if it was a cylinder, would be on top of this cylinder. So really this would rotate more this way. And this would come out more like this. There we go. All right, it's coming along. It was bad. I was struggling, and now we're getting there, actually. I was struggling. It's one of those things where this leg looks really long. Leg looks really long, but it just looks really long there. It just is really long, you know?
That's just how it be.
Yeah, it's just how it be. So sit squatting means flexible angled. Yes, pastry puff, because like I said, to do it properly with your heels fully on the ground and to actually be in a place where you're comfortable and can balance, your knee has to extend past your ankles, which is a thing that a lot of people who aren't normally sit squatting can't do right away. They have to like train to get your ankles into that ability. Okay, this knee has to be higher. There we go. There it is. Yeah, yeah. Okay. There we go. And then we have, you can barely see the shoulder over the pec here. Bicep to sort of, because it comes back this way and then the arm comes here. And then you have the hand behind. Not really see much else of it. So the belly button would probably be around here. So that was what I was taught. That's what I learned about the thing. Landmarks. You want landmarks in like the collarbone, the nipple placement, the belly button, the hips. They're good landmarks for drawing the form, the pose. Let's see if I can make it Aster very quickly.
Getting it figured out.
Yeah. Collarbone would probably be mostly like way up here. All right. Not bad. It ended up not the worst.
Not at all.
That hair creation was so quick.
Guy.
I know how to draw the boys really well, especially from the front. So if I'm being honest, their 5 hairstyles come like that. Avrit's is tough because I haven't really drawn him. But 7/11/2021. So, well, I hope that's not our birthday. That would suck.
Oof.
Imagine being a kid and your in America specifically, and your birthday's on 9/11.
It has happened.
Well, obviously, because it was Japan. Guys are sticking their balls be like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's one of those things where I don't think they did it like it's just Japan, you know, so they're not thinking about it as much as an American would be.
Definitely no.
I remember vividly. It's just how early it can be. I thought that would be the year, not the month, but maybe. What was my brain saying?
What was your brain saying?
I lost what my brain was saying.
Oh no.
Alright, we might as well do all the JoJo poses if I'm being honest, unless somebody else has something specific. But I can very much see Ferrix in this one.
Dio is very fun.
Oh my god, Mason. Only flanderized Larry, not original Larry. But, what was I gonna say? Oh, I remember being a kid and watching the SpongeBob Opposite Day episode and being like, I wonder what day this came out. What day actually is Opposite Day, right? And I remember looking up and seeing it came out like September 11th, like 1999 or something, and being like, no, I can't do Opposite Day on that day. That would be so insensitive.
Oh, that's ouch. That's that is rough, buddy.
I remember that very vividly.
That hurts.
Because I had like just learned that you're able to, like, when you DVR something, you can see like original air date.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, ooh, let me see what the original air date is. And it was like, yeah, 1999, 9/11. I was like, oh god, wait. Yep.
It is rather unfortunate.
Yep, September in America. In America. September 11th, 1999. Yep.
Woof.
Real rough.
That's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow. SpongeBob is still getting translated to other languages really recently.
Damn.
The Opposite Day, which is an episode from season 1 of SpongeBob, was first aired in Kenya on June 11th, 2021.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Up, enjoy. Around, enjoy.
Enjoy.
Enjoy your dinner. Okay. Let's take a water sippy.
Very needed.
Mm-hmm.
I will
Hello,
actually be
Oscar.
right back. I'm gonna grab some dessert. BRB.
Early trailers. Oh. I'm a little sad, Pastry Puff. I'm a little sad. I'm a little upset that they put all these characters on the cover of the investigations games, and they're only there each for like 2 of them. I guess young K is technically in a third, but like both Lang and K are only really around significantly for 2 out of 5. 5 things. And again, baby K, give K 3. Still, everybody else who's on the other covers is there for 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5. Like all of them, but the
I am back.
the prologue one, not the prologue one, the tutorial one. So it's like, why do they do this? Is it the same
What
with
happened?
Investigations 2? Are those Investigations 2 people barely on it?
I'm very lost. What did I walk into?
I'm talking about how I'm annoyed that on the cover of the first Investigations game, you have Edgeworth, Gumshoe, Kay, and Lang. And one, Gumshoe isn't even in every single one as like a main character. He's there a little bit. He's there a little bit in a bunch of them, but he's constantly like pushed aside after the first one for being it. But at least he's there. I think he's there in literally all of them. So good. He's on the cover. Great.
Of the gang.
But Kay and Lang, Kay is only in 2, 3 for babies Kay, and Lang is only in 2 with a small cameo for teen Lang.
Okay. But Kay is the assistant. You
And
can't
she's
snub
only
the
in
assistant.
Definitely 2 out of 3. More so, possibly 3 out of 5. It's like, what? Why is she not in it? Maya's in the first game, she's in 4 out of... No, I'm sorry, because Rise from the Ashes. She's in 3 out of 4, okay? She's fully in 3 out of 4. And the 5th one, who has Emma, who's a main character of that thing, is in the entirety of that episode, basically.
Oh boy.
Okay, the AAI2 folks show up more. But see, now, Pastry Puff, now the question is, though, because in AAI2, we also have K. Does Mars stay K? Is K in the majority of them?
Sound like you said, does Mars decay?
No. And then and then depending on that, if Mars stays
Now
K
I'm
the whole
scared.
time, am I Bangs Lady or am I Fedora Man? See, now this is the question, Pastry Puff. Is there a time... See, if they both show up more frequently, it feels like that Mars should stay K, and then I have to choose who do I want to be, Bangs Lady or Fedora Man. I feel like Bangs Lady's outfit is way cooler than Fedora Man's outfit. Not gonna fucking lie. Bangs Lady has like armor and shit on. She looks really epic.
Ooh.
Fedora Man is a dude with a shirt, a collared shirt, and a tie and a fedora. So honestly, I think I'd go Bangs Lady outfit-wise.
Oh, she's cool.
Yeah. Oh, share away, PCM.
Please do.
But I guess that's a thing to deal with future stuff.
Okay, you gotta admit though, Fedora guy is giving
Her outfit is
heavy
like-
Shotaro vibes.
It is giving heavy, but if I'm going to have to be
It's
an
not
outfit,
just the fedora.
if I'm gonna
It's
have
the
to
whole
be an outfit
demeanor.
though, like Bangs Lady's outfit is cooler. You know what I'm saying?
No, objectively.
Is she okay, don't actually answer this question, but like, is she a judge? Because she gives judge vibes, you know?
Does that mean Ori gets to have a judge voice?
Oh, as sexy bangs lady though. I mean, she's a smash. I don't care.
Oh, hella smash.
Hella smash.
I'm here for this. I'll take. I like this food. Thanks.
Thanks. All right. Let's get back on the figure drawing train. I'm gonna do Ferrex in this pose. And you know what? We've done enough. Less bangs, more forehead. That's a Callisto you. I think I'm gonna give Ferrex his actual legs now. I think I've done enough. I've done 3. Now we're hybridizing. You know why? Because this is what Ori wants to do. And what is doing art as your hobby? If not to do fun.
Exactly. You want to do fun.
What's Callisto? She's a defense attorney.
She's a bitch.
She has cool lesbian earrings vibes, though, because she has literally the scales of justice as each, like, one on each ear as her earrings.
I want those damn earrings.
So it gave real, like, earring lesbian vibes. Defense lady.
Fake
she is pretty.
Lady, 'cause she killed.
I also like Rhoda. She was good. Oh, wow. I can't even think... We're gonna get to do Smash or Pass eventually.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Oh, it is coming up, yeah.
Are we waiting till the end of the game or the end of the trilogy?
Yeah. No, the end of the game. We always do it after a game. And there's only a duology.
Okay.
Yeah, you. She's Callisto you. Okay, so his shoulder is like here. So right now I'm just trying to mark out the like landmarks of the general bones, and then we'll figure out how the meat goes after.
Very important.
How the muscle and meat go after, because his back is like...
Muscles and magic, you said?
Yeah. So this is less stomach, and this is more like rib cage bit, it looks like. You know, because that can't bend. Only the squishy stuff in between your rib cage and your hips can bend.
Only the squish.
Remember, hips are higher than you think they are.
And they don't lie.
So, I think he needs to be tilted more, actually. That looks about right. And then his leg just kind of comes still out here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw the reference for the normal human legs, and then we're going to draw Ferrex's legs on top of them. Because that's actually normally how I do it.
Okay.
Because it's easier that way. Okay, no, we need more of dramatic dip on the hips.
A dramatic hip dip.
All I can think of now is new Fu birthday cake. If you know, you know. Mars knows.
Know? I want to see if anyone else
nice
knows.
PCM, nice. Okay, this one is being more of a pain than I had thought it was going to initially be. Because the legs just don't want to... Because his feet are like here, but his body's like, whoop. I'm gonna move it all around. You gotta go like that. Yeah. And then this one, you're just moving to a darker color time. Because they kind of come out like this. So this would be his other knee. And then they, like, literally his legs come, like, straight out this way. But see, there's more space here than I want there to be. Okay. That's better, I think. It's hard when, like, see how the shirt, like, his body's more like that, I'd have to imagine, in the shirt. Because this is all shirt. So that's what I have to, like, imagine. So it's really more like... Okay. This is definitely tougher. This one's tougher. Because his body really gives, like, a real S-curve there. Like that. And he's, like, twisting. Is he twisting? And this hip is coming forward? I think, yeah. That's what's screwing
really
me.
got those
This hip is
curves. Look at
coming
that.
forward.
Dang.
Like that. So he's kind of twisting over this way. Like a bean. And his arm really comes out and really comes over and back. And then, okay.
Bean.
Because his, right there. We really have something like that. Okay, okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Now we've got it. And now Ferrex has the advantage here because now he can put his tail out and give himself even more counterweight. That's the secret. But remember, you still want the tail to follow the general direction of the spine, because otherwise it's just gonna be weird. Do they pose so good the other person dies?
Maybe.
Maybe. No, it's just like the vibe of the time. You like the music, right? What's it called? I'm blanking. What's the genre of music they're doing? Like glam rock shit, right? So it's like they're just being extra. Cause that's the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not really a rhyme or reason to it.
Is there ever a rhyme or reason?
Oh, there can be. Just not in JoJo's case. Okay. Again, and see, this is what I mean by, like, trust the process. Is there was a point in there where it was really, like, it wasn't happening. But then we got here. So, okay, so, yeah, I'm on a new layer. Great. So I'm going to show you how I do Ferrex's leg. Hello, Mancart. How you been?
Hiya.
The character aesthetic just screams extra. Yeah, it is. It is. But so, what I do for the digitigrade legs is I actually shorten the thigh. So I shorten the thigh. And I don't shorten the calf, really. We keep the calf, but we shorten the thigh. And then we might shorten the calf a little bit, actually. We shorten the calf a little, because a lot of the foot is elongated. So to keep roughly the same amount of leg, you have to do this, like, shenanigans like that. So honestly, to keep this sort of balance, is Ferrex would want to have his legs, like, pretty much in the same spot that his feet were before. So he's not bending nearly as much in the foot. But because he has his tail, he can actually bend a lot more. And so we'd actually put his tail in front of him. If we go like this. So yeah, so while his leg is more accordion scrunched up, he has roughly the same amount of leg if you were to like straighten it out. I hope that makes sense. Because you're elongating the foot. And so you shorten the calf, you shorten the thigh. So we got to do the same here. So we shorten the thigh. And we shorten the calf. So then the feet come out around here. Like that. Okay. And then, so the problem is you can see, so if we have like center of gravity, right? So if we have center, so this is a really good example actually. You can see when you make the center, right? This is where the weight is. So that's the center. There's roughly the same amount of stuff on either side of the center. That's why he can actually hold this pose if he has the thigh muscles for it. He can actually hold this pose and be balanced, and it feels balanced. Like he doesn't feel like he's gonna topple over or anything because, like I said, there's roughly the same amount of stuff on either side. As you can see now, because of the way Ferrex's legs are, it's changed the amount of stuff on either side, you know. So if we have, because his foot is now here, he has a lot more stuff on this side than the other side. So that what we would have to do is we take the tail, and instead he would put it out like this as a weight this way to counterbalance. And again, we want to try and follow the curve of the spine. So if it comes out here, it has to curve with the spine and around like that. But so now if we put that center line, he has the same amount of stuff on either side because of his tail. And that makes it, well, though his center of gravity has been pushed this way compared to his upper body, the tail allows him to counteract that and have this sort of longer body pose. But that's something to think about when you do draw characters that are not fully human proportions, because they can have things that change where their center of gravity is, and thus make certain poses that a normal human could do not able to be done.
Interesting.
And so we have sort of this. So yeah, I'm drawing that like triangle shoulder muscle again, the deltoid. And we have the bicep with the elbow. And then I'm going to draw that flat plank again for the forearm, and it's not twisting here. So it just works like that. And then we have the rest of this arm. It's definitely interesting when I like watched this part of the course to sort of see stuff that I had like innately done from like studying other artists and like just how to draw like XYZ things. And you're like, oh, that's why that is. Like I always drew this little like shape on the inside of the arm, and it's like because that's where the bicep attaches and this stuff happens. And it's like, oh, I didn't know that. You know, I just did it.
Like, oh, that worked out very nicely for me.
Okay, so I've twisted it even more than this guy is in the end. So you can really see his back here. But that's very fun. Okay. Ferrex, your hair is more difficult because of this. And it's not happening. I think the two characters that have the most similar hair are definitely Ferrex and Aster, but I do still try to keep them different in ways. Ferrex's hair is a lot messier than Aster's. Aster's isn't you know, put together by any means, but Ferrex's is much wilder. Ferrex's is also slightly longer. Ferrex is definitely leaning like if he grew it out anymore, he'd definitely have a mullet. Versus Aster is definitely just like classic long guy haircut, if that makes sense. Ferrex is one or 2 months away from Keith, where Aster is just like, no, I just kind of have longer hair.
He's just vibing. He's having a good time.
Yeah. All right. So there we go. And now you can see the difference. Another way that Ferrex could be using his tail to hold this pose is instead of counterweight balance, he could literally be leaning on it. So he could literally put it on the ground like this and have it as like a tripod extra leg. That would make the pose balanced because now really his center is here.
Oh, interesting.
Because it's spread out between these points. So if this is on the ground, this is on the ground, it's spread out between these points, and thus it makes it even on both sides. So that's another way you could have him use his tail. And that's maybe how someone like Sinnit would use his tail. Not, but, so this is, okay, cool, interesting thing. Ferrex would certainly use his tail as a counterbalance, as a counterweight, specifically because he's a climber, thus being in the trees. That would be the way to use it, because he wouldn't have a lot of space to put his tail down somewhere to use it as like a kickstand, right? He would have to be balancing because he's already balancing beam balancing. So this would be his natural sort of decision. Someone like Sinnit, who has a long tail. Well, Sinnit doesn't have the same exact problem as Ferrex because Sinnit has human plantigrade legs. But say he were in a position where his center of balance is not where it needs to be for whatever he's doing, he would certainly, I'm going to call it kickstand with his tail, because he wouldn't be used to that sort of counterbalancing, and it's already kind of there. So if you just put it down, it would already be acting as sort of innately a kickstand instead of having to think about it. But Ferrex isn't thinking about it. That's his innate sort of mindset. So that's interesting things, interesting little thingies.
That's very interesting.
All right. That was time. Does anybody else have another pose? Otherwise, I'm just gonna scroll through these random ones until I find one that I like.
I'm trying to think. Have we watched anything recently with an iconic pose?
Nothing with an iconic pose, I don't think. One's very muscular.
Disappointing.
Guy's just walking. This woman is crazy muscular. Jesus.
Ooh. You could try drawing Saiga for that one.
I will not, mostly because I just don't have a good grasp of drawing her. I think I will draw this guy, though. Even more muscly than new PCM, like bodybuilder level muscle, like bikini contest, you know, bodybuilder muscle thing. That was the vibe.
Damn.
I don't know. This gives Sinnit. I feel like we'll give Sinnit some love.
We got it. He's our boy. That's our boy.
Carla's wink in Don't Hurt Me, My Healer. Let's look at this. Carla,
Don't
wink.
hurt me, my
Don't
healer.
Me, my He's wearing nothing. There's, well, if he is wearing nothing, then you can't see it, so it doesn't matter. You have no idea. Is she bad at winking? That's what I'm getting out of this really quick thing, is she's bad at winking. She has like a little peace sign, and it looks like she can't wink. Okay, yeah.
That's cute.
Another elf. She's so small.
Cannot do the wink.
Alright. But yeah, don't say something like that for TOS. He's TOS enough. He's good. He's fine. You can't see nothing. There's nothing showing. He's wearing something. There's gray peeking through here. I'm just saying. There's gray right there.
There's gotta be a little something.
He's wearing something. A comedy anime. Yes, I do mean Marin. And you see, that's what you gotta do, PCM. You gotta get a Marin emote. Alright, we're gonna add another lozenge to the pack. To the mouth. To the gullet.
Good luck.
Oh, thank you. I really should make, like, my honey lemon tea again, but we're streaming. That takes time. Alright. Timer going. Alright. We're drawing Senate, not Milano. Let's try this again. Picked the wrong color for Senate.
Oh no.
Senate has a very round face because he's the baby of the group.
That he is.
That's what I have to draw next, baby Senate.
You're so adorable.
Okay. We'll see. So, we're drawing the rib cage bit. And then we have the hips. He's fairly straight. He's got a little curve to him like this. Senate has broad shoulders, but he kind of tapers this way like a Dorito. Because you gotta think swimmer body, you know? That's what I was going for.
He's got that swimmer bod.
He's got that swimmer bod.
He's a shark after all.
Mm-hmm. I have not, unless the English name is very different, Pastry Puff. Ramichi Onisan? I don't think so. Is that the deer one?
No, that Shika Noko 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 something or other.
Okay. At least Mars is aware.
Michio Nissan. I know that one. I love that one. It's friggin' phenomenal.
What's that one?
Basically, okay, so this guy works on a TV show for kids. Basically, think your Doodle Bops or Sesame Street. And he is just so over his job. He doesn't like having to put on a happy face all the time for the kids, but he does it anyway because he's like, well, they're kids. It's got a very cynical edge to it, but it's also just very funny.
It gives
it's a really good show.
Pastry Puff, it gives like that character that's a magical girl, well, in a magical girl's body, and doesn't want to be a magical girl. The one I drew for Art Fight that I'm absolutely blanking on the name of. I'm very sorry.
Oh, yes.
It gives that vibe. Got a Strinkus in it. You were too tall for this pose. Then we have the toe. So that was something I learned as well. The ankles are always, the inner ankle bone is higher than the outer ankle bone. They're not flat. They're always on the slant like that. Okay, we're actually going to draw this box because the box is dictating how the squish of the butt is happening. Because the box is kind of small for his ass. So, and we have to make it Synod, so I'm gonna do this a little more. And we're actually, so this leg is covering, so we'll draw this leg. And we have the knee. And see, this is the thigh muscle mound bit, and then this is the butt.
Ah.
Wow, look at that color theory, guys. This is the same color. Isn't that wild?
Dang, that's some good shit.
That's some color theory stuff right there. Good night, birthday cake.
Night, birthday cake.
So we kind of have a little toe flex here. And it doesn't usually have toes, but today he does.
And we are supportive of him for it.
So this looks like this is the knee, and then this is more like thigh muscle here. You see that? That extra mound? This is the knee. I've put ankle way too far out. Heel. Heel way too far out. This will definitely need some refining. But we're blocking it out. And that's what I think is nice, even with traditional art, because this is what I do with traditional art. Really having the first bit be kind of sketchy. It's not a problem. You can always fix it on the next pass, you know?
That you can. Doesn't have to be perfect right out the gate.
So he's very relaxed. His shoulders are kind of down. So we'll give that as well. Again, we gotta find the collarbone. That's the landmarks. Landmarks, collarbone, belly button. His belly button's hidden, but that's okay. Nipples, that's another landmark. So this one comes in front. Right about here. You can see that this is the front part of his shoulder. And then we have this part in here. I'll come in with a darker orange for me. Kind of highlight that. Down and in. Boop. Lovely, lovely. And then, yeah. Did I draw a little too high? I drew a little too high. That's okay. We have the hand. Very just calm, relaxed hand. Lovely. And so you can see the hand even sticks down past. Everything is here. We have the shoulder again. And then the bicep kind of comes in here. You can see that V that I was talking about in the arm. And then not the palm of the hand, but the fingers come down past. Okay, now I've made him a bit too beefy, so we're gonna fix that with our next pass of making him a little more Sinnott-y, a little more refined. Give him slightly. And yes. Lovely. I was actually drawing Sinnott a lot today while listening to the anatomy section of the course I'm taking.
Ooh.
And so he got the treatment of being the sort of experiment multiple times as for how I was gonna implement this for myself. Oops, that's not how it's situated. But we'll have, this has to be down here more. That. And then we see, do the ball of the foot, but technically Sinnott has more of like a neat flipper thing going on than a foot. And no, it's not a cop-out. It just is what it would fit for his type of collar.
It's a cop-out now.
I draw Milano's feet all the time.
It's not a cop-out, guys.
It's not a
we
cop-out.
swear.
And then we have the ankles with the other foot. Yeah, because Sinnott's foot is basically your foot, but if all your toes fuse together. Because that's kind of how Finn's came to be. So it makes sense. So then he has some gap here. Oh, I've made his arm too in. That's why it's being odd. We were too in. Because the elbow is over here. See, that's the thing. You look at, like, where's the wrist compared to the knee? Where's the this compared to the that? And that's how you sort of end up with carving out the shape. And now we'll add Sinnott's hair. Again, I'm very prodigious at drawing the boys' hair because I draw them so much. It's one of those things where it's like, as an artist, you like as a like a newer artist, you sit there and you go, oh wow, how do these really professional artists do that? I can't even imagine drawing so fast. And then you just draw the same character with the intent of trying to make it look like the same character over and over and over again. And basically every sketch of them at least kind of looks like them. And you get pretty fast at it. Now, being pretty fast at drawing something else? I don't think everybody's good at something.
I'm sorry, I'm multitasking
It's
real
okay.
hard over here.
I did it! Well, oh, hold on. He needs his tail. Are you doing what you set out to do, Mars? What you said you'd do?
Trying to.
Okay. Then all your sins are forgiven for being quiet on stream.
Thank you.
just this one time, because I specifically asked you to do it.
So kind.
Yeah, I'm such a kind boss, guys. I'm the best boss. All right, there it is. Yay! All right. Ow.
Ooh.
Not really ow. My hand's just a wee tired. So we're gonna take a minute. And then I think I'm gonna animate because
Nice.
we're making time. And that's what I want to do. This will go get saved in doodles for figure drawing doodles. Doodles.
Doodles. Doodles.
Yeah. His shoulder really should have been higher, but such is life. Look at you saying my thing. Saying what I'm saying. Oh yes.
Saying what you're
Let's
saying.
use
I'm
this
picking
break
up what you're putting down.
to look at what PCM has put. They're part a little too hard and stole Neffy's Halo? I don't know. That's kind of wild. Ooh. Circea looks great. We love. All right. Maybe what we'll do is we'll start making time streams that are drawing related with some doodles, some
Ooh, that sounds fun.
figure drawings as a warm-up, because you're supposed to warm up. I never do. I'm a bad artist. Not bad in the sense of that I'm not good. I mean, like, but bad as in, like, I'm not doing art in a good way. Does that make sense? Like, I'm a bad child. I'm a bad art. You know, right? I'm not following the rules. I'm a rule breaker. I don't know where this analogy went. Ugh.
I'm not entirely sure.
Trying to actually working on color theory. Makes sense.
Does it? Does it
This
make
gray
sense?
looks blue, and you put it next to orange tinted things. So the reason I'm gonna tell you, Pastry Puff, the reason is because they're opposite colors. They're complementary colors. You can see on this color wheel, orange is opposite to blue. Now this color is a little weird, I will say, because it's really purple is opposite to yellow. I don't know what this bit here. But so orange is opposite to blue. And so when you mix them, you get browns. And that's why when your brain looks at them, since they're opposite on the color wheel to each other, they look weird. They're grayer. You know? That's how that happens. And see, the orange kind of loses its orangey. It's a very interesting thing. The big one I saw about color theory is when you had like a very orange room, right? Everything in the room is very orange tinted because of like the setting sun or something, whatever. Everything is orange tinted. But there's blue jeans in the room. If I draw blue jeans in just blue, sticks out like a sore thumb. If I try to like overlay the blue jeans to kind of bring them into the orange room, what the hell is this? It makes no sense. It just looks weird. Hue? You get this muddy, gross gray. No, what I learned that you do is you instead make it like a desaturated kind of cooler tone orange. And then it looks blue. See, look at that. Doesn't that look blue compared to the rest of it?
I agree.
But it's not blue. It's brown.
That blows my mind.
That's an eye thing with your cones and shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, blue is the opposite of orange, but that's why you can't put the blue in a space and have it look right. You have to pick a different color, but because it's so desaturated compared to the rest of the oranges, it looks blue, even though it's really this brown. Isn't that wild?
That's actually nuts.
Kind of working is cool and confusing but cool. Yeah, I feel like a lot of things are cool and confusing but cool. But that's the big one I saw. It really is a big thing when you're like doing very specific toned places, right? When you have like an area and it's like just, let's say, general outside during midday, there's a bunch of colors going on, right? Like there's not one overarching tone to the outside, right? So you picking colors just from based on what your character is doesn't make it look weird. But if your whole tone is like, oh, it's golden hour, everything is orangey yellow, looking at the other colors, you're just gonna muddy it. That's the other big color theory thing I like to do when I'm not lazy shading. So it's okay, so we'll use the sphere because it's easy. But for lazy shading, which is what I do for the comic because it takes less time, is you go over it and you set a color to multiply, and then you would pick a color from the background, and then you would, shade it, and then I would set another color to like add glow because I like things to be shiny, and you'd pick a lighter color from the background and you'd shade it, and there you get shading. But what you're supposed to do if you actually do color theory stuff is you're supposed to bring it towards, if you're outside, so the shadow is going to be the opposite color to the light source. So if you're outside in the golden sun, it's going to be blue. And if you're with like a blue light, the shadow's going to be warmer towards like an orangey red. It's the opposite of the light. And so let's say we're outside, you're going to take the color that it is and you're going to bring it towards cooler just a little bit, and you're going to make it darker and more saturated. And then that's the color you shade. And then for the opposite, you take it warmer and lighter and less saturated, and that's the color you shade. And then when you blend it, I can. All right. This is not big enough. You have just like a brighter sphere. I didn't really make this very much of a sphere, but you get the idea. This is much brighter, where this one is like a lot duller. So it's interesting ways of shading stuff. shading things.
That is fascinating.
Yep. Usually a just blur instead of blending it. The reason that one looks like a gem, the other looks like a rock. See, there you go. And that's the vibrancy thing. That's the vibrancy thing. Pink was not the best color to show this off with, but that's where I'm trying to think of an art piece that I specifically did with the proper color blending versus the comic. And I'm trying to think. I don't have that many finished pieces anymore. Not ones that I can remember, at least. But it's just a very different thing. It looks brighter, less muddied. I will say I picked a vibrant color, so it doesn't come across as well. But the idea is definitely to lean... Oh, I know what I did. I still did color theory accidentally. That's what happened. Oh, I'll show you. So let's actually do... So this is... And that's what I do with... Okay. So this is full color theory. This is color theory mild with multiply. But if I do just the multiply theory, you would pick a blue-gray and you would go over it with the blue-gray, and then you'd adjust it until you felt that it was like a good shadow color, and then you would go with the glow and you would make that like a yellowish orange. There you go. And then you would adjust that until it's right. Ooh, like that. And then you blend. And you can see how this one is still duller than this one. It's definitely duller than this one. Weird stuff. You know it's bad when you innately do color theory things you've learned accidentally.
They caught you, Ori.
I caught me, yeah. All right. I think, so this is done besides the eyes and the mouth and the stick. Let's listen and watch. Is it on sound? It is. Will you load for me? Good. Should you blend more? It's all about style, Mason. It's all about style. You know, I used to do cell shading. Cell shading is fully a style. I then did what I called lazy shading on a quick fan art of Milano and Hotzen as Wolfwood and Vash the Stampede from Trigun Stampede, right?
Yep.
And I did that, so... And now we're here. But so, yeah. Cell shading is perfectly valid. It's all up to you. So then what you would usually do is you'd pick like an in-between color here. Oops, not like that. And you can do like a mid-tone color to sell it. You don't have to, but you could. And then you can get that like lighter color. It's shiny. Look at shiny. But then you could also blend it out and you get a different look to it. I specifically use this blender that's part of Cliff Studio Paint that's called the Wet Bleed blender because I really like the texture it gives. You can really see it on this sphere here. This like soft texture. I don't know. I just like how it looks. That's a me personal thing. And that's how I like to shade my characters these days. I did recently get this cool new brush that I was liking as well. We can try that out real quick. think it was... Did I put it in? It's this one. So it was where it's like this. So it's like kind of already in the brush. And then you pick like the middle color. And then you shade with the middle color. And then I can pick a lighter color. And you come around. And then you pick like, oh, that made a new color. And you color pick it. Like that. And then I want a really bright, and I make my brush smaller, and I push hard. Hi, Clarinet Kid. And I make a little,
hey, Clarinet
little
Kid.
shine.
Welcome, welcome.
And then because I always like this step, I always go in with glow because I just like, and I'll always like edge highlight something. Because that's just how I like to be. So I'd probably do something like that. And that's just an Ori style thing. Right now we're talking about colors and stuff, but I was gonna be animating. But ooh, I love this orb. This is my favorite orb.
Plan.
But so that's with the new brush that I have, which honestly might make its way into the comic in this next entry. We'll see. I really liked how it worked with the hair.
That is quite nice, not gonna lie.
All right, let's watch this. Perfect. All right, now we get to add the eyes. Thank you, Clarinet Kid. I've been working on it way too much, honestly. But I want it to be done. Let me turn the sound off so we're not stuttering. I don't need it for mouth lineup right now. I might move this panel down because it looks like I tilted the head differently. There we go. That looks right. Okay, we'll watch this once. Beep, bop, beep, bop. Up. That one's weird. Come on back. Yep, that one. That one doesn't need to be 2 now. We can split. Move it around. Why, thank you, Pastry Puff. I smell the bones of a Englishman. Blah blah blah. He.
An Englishman.
This needs to move up.
Oh, ow! That was my neck.
Ooh, there we go. That looks good. Good. You have to move up and tilt. Good, good. Yeah, that's how I like it. Perfect. Da, 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 da. Perfect. All right, now we can line. That I've sorted that out. Your eyes will be above your shirt, but under your hair. Add. Alrighty.
P5
Yeah. This is something I will not shade solely because I don't want to have to.
Don't. Why would you do that to yourself? Just don't.
I just won't, indeed. All right, we're trying to do something. We'll see if I end up continuing to do it. But one of the tricks where it's like to draw the other eye, at least so that it looks symmetrical, is to draw it at the same time. Draw the 2 eyes at the same time. Don't draw one eye fully and then the other eye. But I never like doing that. It's like I have a flow and I want to finish the eye. I don't want to stop in the middle to go to the other side, you know? It's disruptive. But we're trying
How
it.
dare.
How dare indeed. I mean, it's working, so I'm upset, but you know.
How dare it work?
How dare it work indeed.
That's just mean.
Well, if it didn't work, I wouldn't have to do it anymore. Because it's working, I have to do it. The left one's a little, well, his left, my right. A little weird. A little in. Nope. Down. You're thick. That's what it is. K&E color theory. Mm-hmm. Oof. That sucks when it disappears.
Oh, that's the worst.
Okay. That looks more even. That has to come in. All right, there we go. Fi.
Oh, I need some water.
I just drank some.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, that's the vibe, man.
Ooh.
Thank you, Mason.
Look at him. He's so beautiful.
He's such a cutie.
Ooh, I can't wait to see Pastry Puff.
Ooh.
You guys can tell that I am no longer distracted. I am actually talking again.
Did you do it?
We're still breaking it up. I had to take a step back and really think, like, what we're doing here.
Tisk tisk, Mars. I needed it to be done.
Oh, I'm working on it, believe me.
I just want it to be 7, you know? I just don't want it to be 8.
I'll do my best.
I believe in your magic. Believe in Mars. Believe in the me that believes in the you.
The more the merrier. Okay, I don't want to change that.
He looks so angry. But I love it. I love it. Guys, flip your canvas. If you're not doing it and you have digital art, you have no excuse. At least if you're traditional art, it's harder to do it.
Comfortable with, Ori?
So the goal is 30. I can probably do 40 if it's not every time. Beyond 40 is like, I want to die. How long have I been doing this animation for? I started it many months ago, and I did like basically all the sketches for it. At least a good amount of the sketches for it. No, I'm sorry, I didn't do basically all the sketches. I did the general thing for it, and then I did the body sketches for most of it, the hair sketches for most of it, and then it's been like maybe a full week of really knuckling down and working on it. You know, I'm really only able to work on it a little bit every time. Oh, hold on. God Neffy is crazy. Boss Neffy. Crazy shit. Well, damn. Ooh! So cute. Oh, there he is. How nice. Look at that.
Maybe we can make this page 7.
Alternate version because of Zora.
Let's see where it goes.
What is that? It's not Zigzagoon. What's the red guy that you replaced with Zora?
Oh, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 22, 23.
Obstagoon? No, he's like, he stands on 2 legs, he's white and red, and he's got the little slasher claws. Zangoose, thank you.
3, 34, 35. Okay, we just made it. We're back to
7.
7. Yes.
Yay! Success.
Just barely made it.
I'm so happy. This makes my life so much easier. Even though there's no less panels, just being sorted in a way where there's technically less entries, honestly, needed it. Ah, dang it, I already ruined my streak of drawing the 2 eyes at the same time. I was too distracted.
I'm editing some of the dialogue.
Okay.
That you did a job. No, I was not. No. Me.
This is the behind the scenes, you guys. Hearing Mars mutter to herself. Yeah, that's not right. This needs to be...
Okay, that flows.
more this way. And then like that. Zangoose is the Zora. Oh, I see what you're saying. I think it works however you want to label it. Okay, you're 2 up. That's what it is. Is that what it is?
Okay, it's been fixed.
Yay! We made it!
I can stop mumbling to myself now.
Woo! Okay, I think that one looks good. Are you at the same angle? Nearly. Do I cheat? We might cheat. Cheating doesn't work. Sad. All right. Let's do the right thing and draw them simultaneously, like a good artist. I'm being a good artist, guys. I'm following the rules. They're not really rules. I'm following the tips and tricks to make my life easier and not using hubris. Okay. Woo! Nope. Maybe? I don't know. Certainly feels like my hubris was warranted sometimes. This is not going the way I want it to go. Maybe I'm just so used to drawing the 2 eyes one at a time that I'm actually good at it. See, that's the hubris talking. Who knows? Okay. Nice.
The hubris indeed.
There we go. No, that eye has to move up. I can already tell.
Oh boy.
This eye has to go over here. Hey, that's why I'm animating digitally. I would never.
I could not imagine, honestly.
No. Go away. Yeah, see, this eye is not right. For the face placement. You just move around until it's right. That looks pretty good. I think they're small. A little small. Ah! Okay. Tweak, 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 tweak. No. Okay. I think that's good. Yeah. You can... Nope. Stop. Okay. We're gonna cheat because I have digital art. Why can I not do the thing, please? Don't crash on me. I will spit. My goodness, why are we loading so hard? What did I do?
Are we loading so hard? Why are we loading so hard?
I don't know. I don't know what I did. Okay. We're gonna save. Now it will be loading so hard because it's saving. Good. You've shown me that you're loading very hard. There we go. Alrighty. Have I... And I'm using all the digital art tools to my advantage. Beauteous, lovely. And then we're gonna flip! Ho ho. Digital art tools for the win. Why? Because Ori likes drawing the eyes right-handed, I guess. See, that's not right. Come here. That looks better. Flip! No. That's not right. That looks right. We can move you in, though. Okay. See, you're not right. How dare it? Uh-huh. We flip.
We flippity flip.
You flip. No, you're so weird. Why are you so weird?
Why are you being weird, program?
Not the program, it's just the eye is being weird. See, it's so short. That looks better. There we go. Alright. It was just being short. Oh, good, good. Lots of panels with the same eyes. Amazing. We love to see that. The less panels to draw, the better. Then we have this one. Lovely. Yeah, that looks good. It's so funny. I'm drawing the other Outcast boys as children too. And Milano definitely just came the easiest. I don't know. Milano was like, bam, you're a child. Don't know. It just happened.
He shrinks very well.
He childifies very well. Like with the hair length, with the I don't know.
Like,
he just his eye shape just really lent itself to still be a child that still looks like Milano. I feel like Ferrex is coming along. Aster's tough because there's part of me where it's like I want him to look a certain way and be very different from, you know, present Aster, but then there's also a part of me where it's like, but character design through lines. Ah! He needs to be recognizable as Aster. And it's like, but does he though?
Like such a little powder puff. He's
That's
so
yeah.
Cute. I love it. Like, I would not change anything about that.
Okay. Because then the other part of me is like, I'm like, oh, does he look enough like a child? So if you're happy with it, you're like my moniker for like, does it look like child? Because like you work with children so much that it's like you would know.
I do think it looks like child.
Okay, if it looks like child, to Mars, I've passed the test. Because like I said, same. If it looks like child, sounds like child to Mars, we've won. Because Mars has like the baseline every single day of work. She interacts with the child.
My bread and butter.
Literally. So this one stays the same? No, it doesn't. Look at that go, though. That goes hard. Look at that. Ooh. 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 I feel like I'm playing with the 3D model as it tilts. And you know what? We're gonna cheat! 'Cause I said so.
Let's go!
And then it's gonna bite me in the ass. But we'll see. You do got that swagger. Adult Milano really got the swagger. I gotta say...
Oh, he's got the major swagger. Have you seen that man walk?
That's what I have to do. The tail. I forgot about the tail.
You can't forget the tail, Lori.
Well, they can be lined after the eyes and the mouth, okay? It's not like there's a reason for it to be any other way.
They can, but is it Milano without his tail?
No, they'll be there in the end.
Feels like a core part of him is
it's
missing.
sketched, it's fine. I want to do the eyes, okay? I did not regret...
Valid.
I did not regret doing the symmetry tool. Guys, is it wild? I gotta tell you a secret. See this face? This face shape? I didn't draw that with the symmetry tool. I freehanded that. I'm very proud. This is the first time I'm using the symmetry tool in this project. And it's just because I've been working on it so long. I want it to be done so my brain can focus on other things.
That would be nice.
Guys, knock on wood for me that tomorrow is a chill work day.
Oh, I hope so. I truly hope so.
They get bigger. I don't want that. Shrink. You know what? I have an idea. Yeah, too big. Look at that. Way too big. Need to be just the same size. Good. And then we have, whoops, stop. And gets moved over. Good. And then they can get moved up.
Nice.
Okay, good. That looks right now. I think this can be copy pasted and then moved up. Maybe I'll make this a little bigger. Maybe we'll just morph it. Ooh, there we go. There we go. Right like that. Yeah. Perfect.
I feel like that's the ticket.
Yeah, it's amazing. You go down to this little, I don't know if you can see it. Hold on, let me bring up my window so I can see. So you can't see it. Hold on. That's not gonna help. You're gonna see the chat, guys. We're gonna break the immersion. All right. So over here on the left, there's this little like right angle looking triangle tool near the bottom. It's called ruler. You click on it and you have to create a ruler, and these are mostly default rulers, but one of them is symmetrical ruler, and then you just draw a line and it'll be everything you draw will be reflected over that line. If you hold shift while drawing the line, it'll make sure that it is a straight line and it'll snap to 90, 45, 180, you know, etc., etc. And they're good. But you have other things like the perspective ruler. Those are really the only ones I use. I also use radial symmetry, which just means when you make a ruler, everything you draw on it will be, whoops, reflected radially. Of course, now I've lost my ruler. Very sad.
That is heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's okay. Nope. Get over on top of it exactly. Why are you such a butt? There we go. Okay. So we have, then I smell the... Oh, nope. He blinks here.
I smell the blood.
So your eyes wouldn't move up like that, Milano. So let's fix that in the sketch. There you go. Be more like, well, it'd be more like that, actually. Okay. Look there. Good night, Mason.
Night, Mason. I don't know if you have class tomorrow, but good luck if you do.
Oh, I feel like Mason said she didn't have classes on Fridays.
Oh, base.
I feel like she said that before.
Nice, nice. That's what we like to see.
Okay. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Something more like that. We love to see it. You do it Fridays off. All right.
Guys.
Bye-bye for real.
Well, enjoy them.
Enjoy them indeed. Ooh, your head moves that much, Milano? Or is that just the weirdness of the thingy? I don't know. That's my brain doing tricks on me. Nope, it does move, and that's okay. So we're gonna try and, yeah, there, there-ish, okay. Whoop. Beautiful. Gonna make just the lashes with the closed eyes. I always still put a little corner in there. I don't know. I like it.
It works. Why not?
Even with the eyes closed, that's the style I go for. It's purposeful. I do it for a reason. Thus, it's a style choice.
It's quite lovely.
Good. Blah, blah. Oh, you move up again. Am I going to copy? I am going to copy. Because I'm making animate smarter, not harder.
Fuck yeah. Why drive yourself crazy if you don't have to?
Okay, I am going to have to move you over. Are you still centered here? Yeah, you are. I just moved his head too much. That's okay. Nice, 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 nice. And drop. Drop. Okay. So this is where it gets weird because the eyebrow is a lot more over the eye than you normally would be. So you have to like boop. Boop. All right. So he definitely looks a little more flattish. Because we're looking over the eyebrow bone, basically. Because his head is looking down at his chest, at the floor.
Ooh, I see. Okay.
So, it's more like that. Smell the... Yeah, that looks good. Move it over.
The bones have an English mum.
The bones, the... Okay. Now, the question is, can I copy you? Ah! That's not what I wanted. I think I can.
Oh, nice, nice.
Move you over. Whoops. Over. Lishman. And then there it is. That's the first one. Okay. No more of that. No more of that. Our cheating days are over for now.
They're behind us.
Yeah, maybe. I might do an interesting thing. I like this one. Paste. Link. Do I need to flip it? I'm flipped here. No, I don't need to flip it. I just need to rotate it. Wait, hold on. Does that make sense? It does make sense. Why does that... I've confused myself. But I think it works.
Ori?
I haven't done anything. I'm just being weird about it.
Stop that.
No. Ooh, that looks good. Okay. Can I do it again? Maybe. I'll copy you. And we'll paste you. Maybe not. You might be too weird.
Oh, rats. Is there
Yeah,
such a
you're
thing
too
as
far.
too weird?
No, it's just it's too far. I might be able to do it with this one, though.
Very sad.
With a little tweaking. Maybe. Okay, I'll tweak you a little bit too. Yeah, I think it works.
Noise.
Now this is where 5A can come in handy, maybe.
We love it when things come in handy. That is the best.
Yeah, the more I can copy paste, way the better.
Hell yeah.
Ah! Oh, yeah. That looks like it'll do nicely. Ooh, yeah. Rotate that face. Do it again! How dare you?
Fighting you.
It's more just like, how dare you be so movie, Milano?
Hmm.
You're just like
He's
Ferrix.
incredibly movie, Milano.
They're both movie. Okay. That works. And then we have the flash, split, flip, blip. All right, let's see how it goes for this part.
Let's do it.
We'll put the hair back. We'll take the sketch off. So we have C5. Oh, it looked good.
Woo!
All right.
That's what we like to see.
And we have Milano. Look at you, Lo. You're much more copyable, though. Overall. That I know. Adult Milano has a lot more copyable frames. Let me turn the hair off again. I need my brain to have as little noise.
As little noise as possible.
As little noise as possible. Okay. No, that's too much of an Aster eye. I need you to have a Milano eye. Give me your Milano eye. Okay, how do you look? Like the other one's too long. Not situated right. Well, that one has to be there because that's where I drew your brow bone to be. So you have to get moved up. closer, not yet a cigar.
You're getting there. You're very close. I can feel it.
That looks good. Got, and then we have, see that symmetry.
Sim is very lovely.
It's just nice when it works, when I'm able to do it. Because you're not usually able to do it. See, that's why all of my like art fights in 2023 were just like the straight on busts. And most of my art fights are straight on busts, are just straight on in general. It just makes life a lot easier.
Doesn't it though?
It's not even necessarily a crutch. It's just like you don't have to draw the other half of a drawing, you know? It's just time consuming. You save 50% of the effort.
That is quite nice.
Okay, we like that. Yeah, I do like that. Maybe not 100. We can move. Yeah, that feels better. A little further away. There we go. Dang it. Another thingy.
Another.
Yep.
Oh, brother.
We're actually gonna try something first. And maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. And flip. Keep rotating. I think it worked. I think it worked.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah. You get symmetry.
That's what we like to see.
That is what we like to see. We like to see the symmetry. That should be a type of tree.
Beautiful when it all comes together.
The symmetry.
The symmetry.
All right, Milano, give me the eyes.
Give me them big old eyes.
He certainly does not normally have big old eyes. Maybe Child Milano does.
Maybe.
You don't seem big enough. Eyes? Yeah, Neffy gives all the eyes. Bodacious side eye.
When isn't she giving the eyes? Ay.
Ha 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 ha, look at that. Nice. I think then they get to stay. Yeah, because I was lazy. Well, his head moves. Maybe I'll specifically not draw these eyes perfectly symmetrical. Because otherwise it's weird if he's like his eyes don't move, but the rest of him moves.
Yeah, that would be a little funky.
Gives a little tad baby uncanny. You know what, actually? We're gonna cheat still. But we're still gonna make it work. I'm gonna go like this. And then we're gonna go like that. And I've cheated. Nice.
When did you cheat, Ori?
Just now. I'm gonna do it again.
The audacity.
I'm cheating all them times. Flip. Oh. Technically, you don't need to flip then.
Oh.
One more. There it is. Whoa. Okay. And then we link the one before that one. And then we link this one. Would I have to move it? Honestly, that looks pretty right. Okay, your jaw needs to be fixed, though. Because that just looks weird. There you go. That feels better. It's subtle, but it's needed. Yeah. He just moves more. Oh, because you're still flipped. I'm like, this is really weird. Okay, you can be the same as the original straightforward eyes, which are this one.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Beautiful. And then you're gonna turn and I'm gonna have to make your eyes. How dare they not all be able to be copy-pasted?
It's the lot in life.
Hey, it just means I got through all of his lashes in less than an hour, I think.
True. Which, honestly, not too shabby.
Definitely not too shabby. Come here. Don't make me a liar.
That
No!
would just be mean.
We're saving. Never mind, we're taking time to save. Instead,
Do it. Don't
I've done
lose
it. Oh, I didn't realize I never changed back the art stream. Whoops! Sorry about that.
Wow, we are a mess tonight.
It's
Is
okay.
that the note we're gonna end on? Really?
No, I
That's
fixed
what
it.
you've left us with, Ori?
I've fixed it. We're fixed.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna pretend that didn't happen.
I mean, yeah. No one watches the VODs anyway. If you're a VOD watcher, comment my mistake. If you made it this
You
far.
guys are appreciated.
As a VOD watcher. Yeah, prove me wrong. There's no VOD watchers here. Ace Attorney, lots of VOD watchers. But honestly, our
tons.
art
Are you
streams,
kidding?
not so much. They're more of a come
So
vibe while we
many.
vibe sort of thing. At least that's
So
my
many.
understanding. Like I said, prove me wrong. Okay. Oh, Mars, by the way, because I checked and I wasn't
Yes.
sure, there is a Dungeon Meshi check-in the 1st of October.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's great.
Yeah. Also, I read
Shit.
chapter 4 of In Deeper Waters, so.
Oh, nice. gotta read that too. That's
right.
fun stuff. I don't mind that.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying because you had just read 3, so I was like, cool. That gave me the green light. I can read 4 this week.
Nice.
All right, there it is. We'll do one final watch with the eyes. No eyebrows or anything yet, just the eyes. But we'll do one watch with it, and then we'll go on.
He's a handsome boy.
Ooh, they look good. Okay, wait, something happened and I don't know what it is.
What did you do?
I don't know, there's a weird eye thing and it's being bad about loading it. That! He has an eye stutter. That is not right.
Oh dear.
That one. That. Why is that? Nope!
Mm.
Okay. It looks like we've fixed it. We've averted. Yep,
Crisis
done.
averted.
Success. Crisis averted. All right, ending time.
Oh.
There it is. Thank you all to our lovely channel members. If you want your little tea pet to sit with us while we do art or while we stream Ace
Oh my
Attorney,
goodness. Thank you.
join
you.
our lovely angsty adversaries, Parry His Parry, Nicole, and Daikatimi Games. Thank you so much for your support. We also have a Psychic Sidekick tier, which is a mid-tier where you get all videos early as soon as I'm ready with them. You also have Doofus Detectives like Lakitu, Aragorn, Canadian Lucifer, Tay, and Jester. They get the emojis built into YouTube. You don't have to download any extensions or anything like that. And yeah. Thank you to everybody who hung out with us in chat live today. We always appreciate you coming live, asking questions, talking about your days.
Super fun.
If there are indeed VOD watchers, prove me wrong with that comment, all right? You know, show me that you've watched the VOD all the way to the end, really. I would be very impressed, I will say. Like, you'll make my day if you have that. So, but thank you if you are a VOD watcher, whether you get to the end or not, and to see this bit. And yeah, we hope to see you all, tomorrow for Ace Attorney. It has been moved back half an hour. That will be the new time. 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time was just a little too early for us. It'll now be
Dylan and Mars need naps.
It'll now be 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That is the new time going forward for the foreseeable future. Just half an hour. Yeah, you just need that half hour to get situated, not rush after dinner right into it. So, we hope to see you then. Good night, everybody.
Good night, all. Thanks so much for hanging out with us.